I'm Andrew McCrea, coming to you from Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, the third stop on our Innovation Never Stops tour with Helena. We've traveled to the central part of the Keystone State to see agriculture in action. Today we visit Penn England Farms, a diverse operation that includes dairy plus row crops. It's also an operation that leans on innovation to fine-tune the custom application process. I'm here with Jim, who works with Penn England Farms quite a bit as a client. Jim, just talk about what you do with this dairy operation, because they have a lot going on here, as you can see.
Been working with Penn England for about 8 years now, and they utilize a lot of the Helena AGRIntelligence programs, mostly HyGround. So we variable rate fertilizer applications, taking soil samples. We do tissue sampling programs, water sampling, and also season-long scouting.
You get to know these guys pretty well then.
Yeah, very well. You get to know these guys, we become friends over the past 8 years.
Walk me through real quick the season, what types of things you're doing throughout, because you mentioned several things as part of the Helena program.
Start the season off, I would consider the soil sampling program as the start of the season. Even though harvest has ended, we're going out there, taking soil samples, getting those results back, meeting with them, going over their yields from last year, and then the soil sample results and seeing what went on, and then what we need to improve on to have a better season next year.
One of the key things you do is looking at water quality. Explain to people what is the problem, in a sense, with water quality here.
With water quality, water is probably one of your worst carriers you can have. Especially out here in central Pennsylvania, we have a lot of limestone. And that can correlate with high pH. So with most herbicides, like to be in around a 3 to 6, and these pHs are upwards pushing 8. So we need to use products like AquaLenz or AccuQuest to bring that pH down to have better spray efficacy. These guys have a lot of money in the tank, and if you have herbicides that are tied up, they're not doing their job. So, that water sample is able to show what we need to do to make that spray water the best it can be.
Talk about the testing that you do and then what that report tells us.
So ideally, I like to test the water. Well, you can test it multiple times during the year, but during active spraying times is probably the best, because you're pulling, especially on wells, you're pulling out of different levels of the aquifer, depending on how much water they're pulling out of the aquifer. So it's a good time to test it while they're spraying. So if you take it during the fall when not a lot's going on, you can have a different result from when you pull it in the spring or early summer.
So what does AquaLenz, that report then helps you derive what you need to do as far as adjuvants in the tank, is that right?
Correct. So it gets submitted into our Agri-Intelligence system, and then the Helena sales representative will have the solutions needed to correct any of the issues that are on the AquaLenz report.
I'm betting you can obviously tell a difference by using those products here on this farm, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Not using some of the adjuvants, you can see the herbicide not be as effective. Your burn down not being as strong as it should be.
So Dan, tell me just a little bit about the farm, because you encompass a lot here with the dairy plus crops and everything.
So we're milking around 2,000 cows, and we're farming about 3,500 acres. Our main thing is corn for silage, and then alfalfa is our big two forages that we're concentrated on mainly for our dairy.
You've been working with Helena for quite a while now, it sounds like.
Yeah, so Fred and Gordon, the generation ahead of us, have worked with them for a long time, and just we've transitioned into them, and we're working what I'll say is their next generation there for us, because they've got new management there too.
Okay. So it's generations of farmers working with generations of Helena reps then.
Really it is,
yeah. Sounds like Jim and others are out here on the farm quite a bit.
Yeah, they do our scouting for us. We're trying to be here working a lot, so we don't have the time always to do that, so they've provided that service for us now. We've transitioned a little more into that and given them that service to do for us.
Well, you've got plenty to do with the cows, so it's nice, perhaps they're an extra set of eyes to help you.
Yep, and that's their expertise.
Speak to what Helena helps you do conditioning the water so that the products you use work better.
So we do use AccuQuest a lot, in all of our mixes mainly, so we're trying to treat that water, make sure that it's working with the chemicals that we're using to balance it and make it more active to what we're using it on.
Well, ultimately, the goal is to grow more to get in these cows, right?
Yes. You know, we're looking for high tonnage of forage, and when we don't get it, it's a little bit of a struggle. Now, weather does play a part in it, but we don't want to be damaging crops with the sprayer either, so.